Are you frustrated watching the Montreal Canadiens scramble for solutions while the trade market laughs in their face? Because let me tell you something. Kent Hughes is out here doing his homework, checking every corner of the NHL, and what's he finding? Inflated price tags and a market drier than the Sahara Desert. The Habs are desperate for forward help. Injuries are piling up like a car crash on the 401. And yet here we are, stuck in limbo while other teams hold all the cards. So buckle up, because today we're diving deep into Montreal's trade dilemma, the waiver wire circus, and why Lane Hutson might just be the silver lining in this chaotic mess. Let's get one thing straight. Kent Hughes isn't sitting on his hands. According to TSN's Darren Dreger, the Canadiens are actively scouring the league, performing their due diligence like students cramming for finals. But here's the kicker. There are almost no sellers in this market. Dreger laid it out perfectly on TSN Insider Trading. The Canadiens are one of those teams that are scouring the league. They're looking for the right fit up front. It doesn't necessarily have to be a center. We know Kent Hughes covered a number one center, but he's just looking for help up front. The problem is there are so few sellers, the prices are high. Think about that for a second. Hughes needs a number one center. That's been the dream, the goal, the holy grail for this franchise. But right now, he'd settle for any competent forward who can step in and contribute while the injury bug ravages the roster. The problem is that every team with available talent knows the Canadiens are desperate, and they're charging premium prices like they're selling front row tickets to a Stanley Cup final. This is classic supply and demand. Folks, when there are fewer sellers than buyers, the market becomes a seller's paradise and a buyer's nightmare. Hughes is caught in a vice grip. He needs help now, but he's not about to mortgage the future by overpaying for a rental player who might not even move the needle. It's a delicate balancing act, and honestly, I don't envy the position he's in. Now, let's talk about the waiver wire, because there's actually some interesting movement happening. Philip Tomasino, the Pittsburgh Penguins forward who was drafted 24th overall back in 2019, has been placed on waivers. This is a first-round talent, people. A guy who showed serious promise in his draft year and has NHL experience under his belt. Could Tomasino be a short-term solution for Montreal's forward depth issues? Absolutely. He's young, he's got skill, and he's available for the cost of, well, nothing except his contract. No trade assets required. But here's where it gets tricky, the waiver priority system. John Beecher, a left-handed center, was already claimed by the Calgary Flames on Tuesday afternoon. The Flames are currently at the front of the waiver priority line, which means if they wanted Tomasino too, they'd get first dibs. The Canadiens wouldn't have been able to claim Beecher even if they desperately wanted him, simply because of where they sit in the pecking order. So the question becomes, will Montreal put in a claim for Tomasino? Should they? He's not going to be your top six savior, but he could provide some much-needed depth scoring and give the coaching staff more flexibility with line combinations. In a season where injuries are testing the roster's resilience, adding a first-round pedigree player for free seems like a no-brainer move. But we'll have to wait and see if Hughes pulls the trigger. Here's where things get spicy. The rumor mill has been churning out some wild speculation, and one name that keeps popping up in connection with the Canadiens is Nashville Predators legend Steven Stamkos. Yes, that's Steven Stamkos, two-time Stanley Cup champion, 500 goal scorer, future Hall of Famer. Would it be absolutely electric to see Stamkos in a Habs jersey? Of course, the Bell Center would explode. But let's pump the brakes for a second and think about this logically. Stamkos is 34 years old. He's in the twilight of his career, and while he can still contribute, he's not the long-term solution Montreal needs. But you know who is an interesting target from Nashville? Ryan O'Reilly. Now we're talking. O'Reilly is a proven winner. He's got a Conn Smythe trophy. He's defensively responsible. He can win face-offs in his sleep, and he's a type of veteran presence that could actually help develop Montreal's young core. If the Canadiens are going to make a splash trade, O'Reilly makes way more sense than Stamkos from both a hockey and business perspective. The Stamkos rumors are fun water cooler talk, but smart money says Hughes is looking at more practical options that fit the team's timeline and needs. O'Reilly checks those boxes. Stamkos is more a nostalgia play. All right, Let's shift gears and talk about something that should make every Canadiens fan smile. Lane Hutson is having himself a season. This kid is known for having solid games here and there, but his performance against the Columbus Blue Jackets might have been his best statistical outing of the entire year. And considering how well he's been playing overall, that's saying something massive. Hudson is everything you want in a modern NHL defenseman. He's got vision, he's got skating ability, he can move the puck with precision, and he's not afraid to jump into play and create offense. Watching him develop in real time is like watching a masterclass in how to play the position in today's NHL. While the forward group struggles with injuries and inconsistency, Hudson is providing stability and excitement from the back end. He's quickly becoming one of the most reliable players on the roster, and at his age, that's incredibly promising for franchise's future. If Hughes can eventually surround talents like Hudson with the right supporting cast up front, this team is going to be dangerous in a few years. In other roster news, the Canadiens have returned defenseman Mark Del Gazzo to the Laval Rocket. This makes sense from a logistics standpoint. The Habs don't play until Thursday, while the Rocket have a game Wednesday night against the Syracuse Crunch at Place Bell. Del Gazzo gets to stay sharp with game action, rather than sitting idle as a healthy scratch in Montreal. It's smart asset management, and it keeps the organizational depth chart fluid. With the injury situation being what it is, you never know when you might need to call someone up on short notice. So keeping everyone game ready is crucial. Before we wrap up, let's quickly touch on some other notable NHL news making waves. New Jersey Devils. The Jack Hughes injury news has Devils fans holding their breath. While it could have been worse, losing your star center for any length of time is never ideal, especially when you're trying to compete in the brutal Metropolitan Division. The Devils might need to start exploring trade options earlier than anticipated if Hughes misses significant time. Philadelphia Flyers Prospect Watch. Porter Martone is making serious noise in the NCAA, just 10 games into the season, and he's already making an early case for the Hobey Baker Award, given to college hockey's best player. The Flyers have to be thrilled with his development. This kid is the real deal, and he could be a game changer for Philadelphia's future. NFL crossover. Giants rookie Cam Skattebo went viral this week for a moment that had everyone cringing. After suffering a badly dislocated ankle that required surgery and will keep him out for the rest of his rookie season, Skattebo was caught on camera doing something that risked further damage to his surgically repaired joint. Sometimes athletes just can't help themselves, but yikes. Someone needs to keep this kid wrapped in bubble wrap until he's fully healed. So where does this leave us? The Montreal Canadiens are in a tough spot. They need help. They're actively looking for it. But the market conditions are working against them. Kent Hughes isn't going to panic and make a desperation move that hurts the franchise long term, but that doesn't make watching this team struggle any easier for fans. The good news? Players like Lane Hutson are showing that the future is bright. The development is happening. The young core is growing. And when the right pieces finally fall into place, this team is going to be fun to watch for years to come. But for now, we wait. We watch the waiver wire. We monitor the trade rumors. And we hope that Hughes can work his magic and find that missing piece without giving up the farm. What do you think the Canadiens should do? Should they claim Philip Tomasino off waivers? Would you rather see them go after Ryan O'Reilly or Steven Stamkos? And how impressed are you with Lane Hutson's development this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and let's keep this conversation going.